It's midday in New York, and it's business as usual for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man as he attempts to stop a rampaging rhino from wrecking an entire city block. But in this universe, the web-slinger is not alone. In fact, the entire Parker family has taken it upon themselves to become costumed heroes in this world, with Pete's wife, Mary Jane, becoming host to a symbiote and donning the mantle of Spinneret. On the other hand, their precocious daughter, Annie, has become the budding hero known as Spiderling.
Spiderling, stay back! Your father and I have this.
Aw, man, why do I even come if you're not gonna let me have any?
Listen to your mother, honey. The rhino is extremely dangerous.
Fine.
Their chase suddenly takes a dangerous turn when Spidey and MJ spot a truck heading in their direction. Curiously, the rhino doesn't ram into it, and instead leaps several feet into the air, causing the truck to come to a screeching halt.
Phew, that was close.
Honey?
We immediately find out that this is no ordinary civilian truck, as its compartment opens to reveal a couple of goons under Rhino's payroll. What's worse is that they each wield an energy cannon, which they promptly use to blast Spider-Man and Spinneret. The impact knocks out the two elder Spider heroes, leaving Annie on her own. And it only gets worse from there.
Mom? Dad?
Come here, kid.
Let me go. Oof! Mom! Dad! Help!
A second later, and the truck carrying the abducted Spiderling screeches off into the distance. Not long after, Peter and MJ regain consciousness, and their reaction when they realize what just happened to their daughter can only be summed up by two words: abject horror.
What happened?
Spiderling, they took her!
Somewhere else in a swanky penthouse in Midtown Manhattan, Liz Allen and Ms. January are having an ominous conversation.
I just didn't expect Normie to move this quickly.
Since his run-in with the lizard, a light seems to have gone out in him. He just broods, always.
That light. I remember when it went out in Harry. It was just before...
Ridden by guilt after the series of unfortunate events that befell the Osborn line, Liz tells January that she's going to let Oscorp's board of directors know about what her child, Norman Osborn II, has been doing in the shadows.
But they will oust him from the company. The Osborn legacy will die.
Exactly.
But before Liz can even dial the number, a squad of mercenaries hired by January crash into the penthouse to stop her from what she's planning to do. Simply put, it's a mutiny.
I know what is best for Normie, Liz, because I am there for him every day.
Meanwhile, inside the Parker residence on the Upper East Side, Peter and MJ desperately search for clues for their daughter's whereabouts.
Why would somebody do this?
Peter, think! The rhino was just rampaging aimlessly. He wanted us to catch up to him. This was all planned.
When I find him, I'm gonna...
Peter, I'm doing everything I can to keep this symbiote in check. I need you to be calm.
Being the smart man that he is, Pete takes his wife's advice. So, he takes a deep breath and hands over the reins to his better half.
I'm okay. Okay? I've got this. I am calm. I am in control. I am a flowing river.
I'm going to have a little chat with Liz Allen. I can't help but feel she has something to do with all this. You're going to find the rhino.
He's an idiot, so that should be easy.
When you find him, don't go easy on him.
Somewhere else, deep within Oscorp's secret lab, we discover that Annie is being held hostage by none other than Normie Osborn, Liz's son and heir to this multi-billion-dollar company.
My parents aren't gonna let you get away with this, you know?
Yes, I know that. Spider-Man will come to save you. He will be met by me in my goblin mech, and he will die.
Why would you want to hurt him after we saved you from the lizard?
In a nutshell, Normie reveals that he basically blames the wall crawler for the death of his father, Harry Osborn. Hearing this, you can easily tell that little Annie Parker will someday be a worthy torchbearer for her mom and dad when she attempts to comfort Normie.
I didn't know your dad was dead. You must be so sad. When I'm feeling sad, it helps to talk.
But Normie is too far gone in his quest for misplaced vengeance, so he lashes out at the girl in front of him.
Foolish child, everything is so simple to you, you don't understand the real world. But I am going to make you understand.
I'm the foolish child? Have you looked in a mirror? You play dress up in your suit and you build giant robot toys. You're just a sad little boy.
How dare you? I don't have a father and my mother doesn't have time for me. What is a child without parents? Just a person. Not a child, not an adult, just a person.
Annie listens to all this, and there's only one thought in her mind afterwards.
What?
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Somewhere else, Spider-Man has just arrived at Vinny's place, a dive bar known for its villainous clientele. On any other day, the wall crawler might have quipped his way until its patrons started swinging, but not today.
Where is Rhino?
That's because the number one rule that all villains fail to follow when it comes to Spider-Man is that you do not mess with his family. So the web slinger carves a bloody path through scores of drunk costumed criminals inside the bar. And when the last wino standing finally wises up, he points him to the back room. Meanwhile, MJ pays Liz a visit only to find her clearly traumatized from the events that transpired in her penthouse earlier. At Vinny's place, a goon makes the stupid decision of pointing a gun at an already pissed off Spidey.
Look, pal, I'm on a tight schedule here, so get out of my way or face the consequences.
Spider-Man then spots the rhino, and what happens next is enough to put the fear even in the likes of the Dread Dormammu.
Where is she?
Relax, she's fine.
Relax, tell me where she is.
I'll tell you. The guys who hire me want you to know, so you don't have to do that.
And with that, the web slinger gives one of his classic villains the beating that he both needs and deserves.
You were saying?
Oscorp.
Stay away from my family or next time I won't be so forgiving.
Back at Liz's penthouse, MJ lets out the proverbial claws and manages to extract Annie's location from Normie's mom. Liz pleads with MJ to let her call Oscorp's board of directors to stop her son. While this is happening, Annie tries her best to make Normie realize the error of his ways, just as he's about to put the finishing touches on his vengeful machinations.
Do you remember what it's like to be happy? Before you started pretending to not be a kid? Before your dad passed away?
Yes.
Walking out that door won't make you happy. You can still start over. You can be happy again. Maybe we can even be friends.
But walk out the door Normie does, with Annie's pleas falling on deaf ears. Back at the penthouse, Liz has been desperately trying to call Oscorp's board of directors, but no one is answering. Unknown to any of them, Normie and January have already taken out each and every one of them. MJ can feel that something's not right, so she tells Liz that they have to get to Oscorp this instant. That's not going to be an easy task, though, because just as Normie promised Annie, he has just sicked his goblin mech. And it has one mission.
Please don't be too late. Please don't be too late. Please don't be too late.
That's it for now, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video and can't wait to find out your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Help us out with a like, share, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications for more amazing content like this. And if you want more, feel free to check out the next video. We'll see you soon. Take care.